All right. So again, this is episode 21. That was my football number when I played football.
Oh,
Pretty epic number here. So let's get into some of the comics for the week. Again, I feel like this is another week here where there hasn't been anything crazy. Marvel wise, we had a new Spider-Man annual. We had Spider-Man, I think it was number 31,
Yep.
which was like number 900 and some in the sequence. We had with DC about 5 more Night Terrors. So we did have those come out this week. But then we did have something from AWA called The Madness. This book actually looks really interesting. I don't remember the whole plot line of it, but I just know it looked interesting. So if you're looking for a good read, I would say go check out The Madness. Because again, I feel like this week, again, it was nothing crazy as far as what comics did come out.
yeah. Nothing much for comics. I mean, if we're going on to toys now, brand new toys stuff that came in this week. We got 2 new helmets. One was the Ahsoka's clone trooper. So it's like the regular clone trooper helmet with Ahsoka's like paint on it. Then we got Magneto's
Voice
helmet.
changing.
It's got a voice changer.
Yep.
Magneto. I actually sold one yesterday. Almost like
one of the Magnetos right away?
Yep.
Did you really? Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So that's gone. We got one more.
That is not voice changing.
It's not voice changing.
So it'll just be your voice.
Oh, sadly, yeah.
But I think, if I had one of those clone trooper helmets, I don't think I could help myself from not saying something like, from Scream. I feel like it would just have to come out just to see what it sounds like. Like I probably have to say like 3 sayings for sure just to see what they sounded like.
Of course, you gotta do the classic, the scary movie line. You gotta do that one.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, you have to.
It's like the main one you have to do.
It's like when you suck in helium, right? You have to say a couple different things because you want to hear what your voice sounds like.
Right.
It's just point. It's just what you do.
Oh yeah. Let's see.
We got some PX Comic-Con turtles.
Yep. I believe they're based off the IDW comics, and they're the BST XNs. I think they look really good for $30. That the detail is actually they're really cool.
Yeah, it's a different take on the turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me, I like the original toy turtles.
Right.
I really love the old movie turtles. I wish somehow they could come back with it, even though we'll get to it here in a little bit. The new movie that Seth did.
Yeah.
Amazing, by the way. But Leonardo, I felt looked so similar to those turtles.
Oh yeah.
Like if you actually saw him, they all had their own little differences.
Right.
Leonardo actually was very similar to the movie turtles.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't even, after thinking about that, I didn't even look to see if like maybe the others resembled like maybe some of their favorite turtles from different series.
Right.
I guess I didn't even think about.
They could.
I'm gonna have to go watch it again.
Yeah, I want to go see it again.
I'm gonna go watch it. I will. I definitely will. What else we get?
What else did we get? Oh, new Black Series figures. We got some from, I think it's Darth Malik, Bastilla Shan. There was a character from Obi-Wan Kenobi. I don't remember her name. She was like the spy.
Was it one of the sisters?
We did get one of the sisters too.
Bam.
But there was also another one, Tala.
Not sure.
She was like a spy that helped Obi-Wan later in the series. And then we got an Obi-Wan figure.
Of course.
And then we got the reissue of the Venompool Carnage figures.
Yes.
Comes with the Venompool head for the Build-A-Figure piece.
From the movie line.
Yep, from the movie line. Looks pretty cool. Otherwise, this week actually was pretty slow for new stuff, I would say.
I'm trying to think, did we get any new statues?
I think we got like one piece statue.
Okay.
And I don't even remember who it was.
I know we just moved around a lot of statues.
Oh, yeah.
Thank the Lord above. Baby Jesus, we finally sold one of those Wolverine Mezcos.
Mm-hmm.
Good Lord. Who would have thought that would have been such a...
hard sell.
Yeah.
They're Wolverine.
I felt like there were so many people that were really interested in that, but they just sat. And I think that last one we sold $30 off. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, Dave, then come to the comic one where we talk at the end of the month. But you want to sit in? We'll have a live audience. I think it'd be cool to have a live audience for this.
Yeah.
We at least need 2 loud, obnoxious, drunk guys, though.
So Chris and Dave?
Yeah. Yeah. I think we need that or at least 12 people total.
Yeah.
One of the two. I feel like if you
They're
had
pretty
Dave
cool.
here, you could have Dave here as like Shark Dave, and that would be enough for like 9 people. Put him on Echo.
Oh God, Jesus, Lord can't save you with that one.
Before we get into movies, though, this has been a crazy, what I would consider a whirlwind of trade take-ins this week. Like between the Rochester store and the Inver Grove Heights store, we have taken in so many cool items.
Mhm.
We haven't even scratched the surface on the collection I got today, which, by the way, I had a sweaty back due to that, and I don't sweat very easy. So up in Inver Grove Heights, they took in about 4 long comic boxes, and we had a first appearance of Ghost Rider. We have several huge Amazing Spider-Man books. What else? Because I took another one. We had the first Dracula, Tomb of Dracula.
Mhm.
I sent in the Ghost Rider and the Tomb of Dracula in for grading because I feel like they're going to be in that 7 range. I think both of them will come back 7+. I'll be honest with you.
Did you already say Werewolf by Night?
No, because those came in this other collection.
Oh, we're talking about this collection.
We're talking about the Inver Grove Heights collection,
Oh.
where they had a lot of really good stuff. Actually, there was a lot of Captain Americas. There was Fantastic Fours. I'm trying to think what else was in there. There was a lot, and they were 15-cent books, which is really cool to see, which you don't see all the time. They also took in, the weekend I was up there, they took in just massive amounts of loose figures. It was insane. This collection this guy brought in from 6-inch 3/4, vintage, new. They've taken in so much new stuff. They're going to be processing for eons. Eons.
Yeah, I assume we will be in the same boat here.
We will be in the same boat after yes, absolutely. We took in, what else did we take in besides that collection? We'll get to that collection, but I thought we took in another one prior to.
Did we already touch on the wrestling, the big wrestling?
The classics?
Well, that, and then there was like all the loose wrestling figures.
I didn't see any of the loose wrestlers, so I don't know much about that. I just know about the sealed classics we took in.
Well, yeah, with the loose wrestlers, there was a lot of mostly WWE elites. There was some ECW. There was some of the WWE Ultimates that were loose as well. There's a whole bunch of different ones. A lot of Stone Cold with that one. A lot of Stone Cold. And then you also saw a lot of Ultimate Warrior in this collection. Those are like the 2 main ones.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's only missing Hulk Hogan at this point.
There was a couple Hulk Hogans.
And if you are watching us, by the way, live or even on playback, so this background is actually kind of cool. This is my Raw seats from last night. So we're sitting in my seats all over again. You're welcome.
Yep. I get to go for free.
We're facing the entrance, so we can't even watch the show that's going on. But pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Just a tidbit there. The collection I picked up today, however, if you were into model kits, older model kits, not newer ones, older model kits, we have hundreds of model kits we just took in. Now, you're not going to be bored. Don't freak out. It's not all cars. Actually, a majority of these model kits are Universal Monsters. We've got superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
We have an Ecto-1. We have a Batmobile. We have so many cool. Like, you haven't even seen most of them because you just saw the ones in the boxes that were above, right? We also have comics that we got, which we didn't even scratch the surface on. I mean, there were some big books in there. Werewolf by Nights.
First appearance, second appearance, third appearance.
Yep. Spider-Man's. What else do we have in there that we did? A couple Batman.
Tomb of Draculas. A lot of Tomb of Draculas.
And then there's a bunch of books we haven't even gotten to yet.
There's a Daredevil Conan's. 56.
Yeah. So, and that's just some of the comics. And then there were, like, I don't know, magazines. There were some older magazines. There was like Conan, Vampirella. I felt like I just said that almost like it was the Rihanna song. Vampirella, Ella, Ella. And then besides that, there's, if you guys remember Fangoria magazines, the old horror magazines. I was showing David a couple before we came back here because that's what I kind of grew up on. That's, you'd go into Hy-Vee and you'd check out the magazines, and Fangoria's there, right? And in this collection, going from Fangoria in the collection, there's all these high-end masks, like Mars Attacks. It looked like there was, I mean, there's Frankenstein. A lot of them have hands. There's raptors. But I almost wonder if some of these were purchased out of Fangoria because these masks are actually really nice. And I took a chance on it because I'm like, you know what? We can sell at Comic-Cons. We can, whatever. I can dress up. I'm going to dress up one day. I'm going to have a puffy outfit on, and then I'm going to scare the shit out of you guys one day when you walk in. But let's see what else was there. Like I said, the model kits, there were toys. There was Matchbox cars. Yep. Tom Daniels, I believe it is.
Yes. Rat Fink.
Yep. A lot of Rat Fink model kits. There were some Marvel Essential books. There were some 90s toys, some a little bit older than 90s toys hidden in there. Some Matchbox, not the small ones, but the big box. There was like the Batmobile. There's the Munsters car. There was so much. Yeah, Dave, like I don't know, Halloween masks, scary masks. Scary masks?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the ones that you'd see on the top shelf of Halloween stores.
Back in the day. Yeah. You know, I don't think you really see that anymore, do you? Like these types?
I only see them really like kind of at the one that opens up over here sometimes.
Okay. I was just thinking about that, and it wasn't Hot Topic. I can't remember what store it was, but back in the day when you go into the mall, you're right. You used to have these stores, and they would have these masks on a top shelf just lined up.
I think when I was it's going to date me, but when I was a kid,
yeah,
because it was 10 years ago. I think
Spencer's. God, totally dating you.
Yeah,
it could have been Spencer's. I can't even remember.
Because I remember I was definitely scared to go in Spencer's when I was a kid because there was a Chucky doll that was right above, and I kept seeing it.
Such a pussy.
Hey, he scared me when I was a kid. Now I think he's like he's probably one of my favorite horror characters.
Oh, that's horrible.
I think he's funny. I like him.
But it's just cool because, like I said, not only are there masks, but some of them have hands, like Frankenstein's hands, raptor hands. I don't even know. There's so many masks. If you look through those two bins, it's great. It really is. It just kind of brings me back. We have nowhere to put them here yet, but I would love to have maybe a top shelf of masks. It look cool in here. It'd be something different. So we'll have to figure that part out.
We got to get like those helmet display stands so they stand up, right?
Well, they have those for slat wall, right? So you can have, but they also have like foam heads that you could just put the masks on and then put them on a shelf.
Oh, true.
So we could do that too. But yeah, they're I'm not gonna say super high end, but I would say middle tier. They're really nice for what they were. You got to see the Mars Attack one. That one is insanely
awesome.
Cool. So what was the other one? Was it Rat Fink?
It might. I think it was a Rat Fink related character.
I felt like that's what it
looked like that style, like weird. I don't know, cartoony face with big bulging eyes.
We should have started this video with them on. That would have been pretty epic.
Don't know if I could take that smell the whole time.
Maybe next week we start the show with one on, and then every week we do a different one.
That'd be funny.
Or like every 10 minutes we change, and we have to talk in that mask for 2 minutes of it.
Oh God, that'd be fun.
Then you get 8 minutes of air time.
Or barely have any air time.
You're like dying. Masks. You're like, ah. All of a sudden you're passed out by the fourth mask.
Just you hear a.
David's alive. Don't worry about it. We'll just take this mask off quick. And I would have got away with it if it wasn't for you and your little friends. Okay, so movie-wise, I have not been able to see Meg 2 yet. Really, really, really want to. Probably, I'm not even going to lie here. I may go within the next 2 days by myself. No shame. The only shame there is at Marcus Theaters currently, their oven is down and I can't get my pretzel bites.
Shucks.
Do you eat the pretzel bites?
No.
Okay, so you have no idea what I'm talking about right now.
I've had them. I just don't go there every time for them.
Well, you should be going there for them. They're amazing.
I go there. I got the large bucket refill because I got the $25 refillable bucket, and that's like $4 refills.
Well, let me tell you something.
It's not bad. And then large shrink.
You got your refills. All of a sudden, popcorn machine's out. What do?
Just get a drink. Maybe go to the Dollar Tree, get some candy, smuggle it in.
You will get. Oh, that's right. Look for David. David on the lookout. 5'3". Just watch for this kid. It throws off your game. So then I had to go with nachos. And nachos are nachos. They're loud as F. So you're like in there first. You know what it's like? It's like the bag. And then you poured it in.
Jesus.
And then you're eating it. If I was the guy next to me, I'd be pissed.
God.
Pissed. Yeah. Pretzel bites are quiet. They're delicious. They're warm. Can't say enough good stuff about those pretzel bites.
They got the right amount of salt on them.
Yeah. Yeah, not too much. Not too much. Unless they like totally overcook them and then they're like hard and then it's just not anymore.
Yucky.
Yeah, totally. Okay, off subject. Going away from the pretzel bites. Really wasn't, because I'm just really teaching you folks what you should be getting at the movie theater when you go. But I did get to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And that movie, to me, is a great movie for any age.
Mm-hmm.
Any age. I think kids will love it. I think if you're an adult, you really enjoy it. You understand the storyline. It does have some deep story to it, which I thought was really cool. And then I didn't quite understand, spoiler alert, Superfly at first because I don't know much about him. Wacky character.
Yeah.
Needless to say. But I'm excited after watching the end.
Oh, yeah.
Super excited because they did such a good job. Like, even the voice characters, I couldn't even tell that was John Cena, by the way.
See, that's what Kayla said, too, when we went to go see it.
Even though I knew it was John Cena, I could not tell it was John Cena.
That's what she said, too.
That was insane to me. Usually you can... Sounds like we have a parakeet in the back here. That's what it sounds like. But yeah, you couldn't even tell that John Cena was doing that voice. What's up, Mitchell? But I thought the kids that played the turtles, they did really well.
Yeah,
they did really well.
With what they were given, what I heard is a lot of times they would just put all four of them in a studio.
Yeah,
and just let them talk to get a feel for their characters and stuff.
Sure.
And then they would kind of write that into the script of how they interact with each other off script.
Interesting.
There's a lot of cool like behind the scenes facts. Like Donnie's voice actor really loves anime, so that's where the Attack on Titan references came from. There was there was like a Gojo sticker on his staff from Jujutsu Kaisen, and he was wearing like a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure sweater.
So they kind of implemented what he liked.
Right.
Okay, that's cool.
But yeah, I thought it was a phenomenal movie.
What else? Like Mondo Gecko, I thought was perfect. and I'll be honest, I couldn't really recognize Post Malone's voice either.
Well, I couldn't really either because I'm used to hearing him with auto-tune.
Synthesizer.
Yep, with auto-tune. So just hearing him, Ray Filet.
Yeah.
Just the whole time.
I don't know if that got me either because I'm not uber familiar with Ray Filet, but I didn't know if he was going to be a lot more like aggressive.
Right.
And he was more like Mondo Gecko.
Yeah.
He was just as laid back.
He was just kind of there.
Yeah. I thought it was really cool because like Mondo Gecko and Michelangelo, they just kind of like
they vibed right away.
Each other. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
I think one of my favorite lines in the movie was Mondo Gecko getting the keys to that car. He's like, "You're good to drive?" No. He starts driving anyway. Oh, the music though. The music was on point.
Yeah.
Thinking about that driving scene.
Yeah.
All I thought was I got flashbacks from that old like early 2000s YouTube video with He-Man.
Yeah.
We're going to say, hey, yeah.
Oh, God.
The YouTube poop, I think it was called.
No, just overall. I really, and it's so the big thing I would definitely say, because it reminds you of like Into the Spider-Verse, those types, just because it's similar.
Right.
But I do feel like they did a really nice job with the coloring and the background. And like, I thought I was the only one that commented on that. And then I heard other people talk to me about how like it felt like your vision was blurry or it got lost sometimes with the Spider-Verse movie. And I felt like with Turtles, you were just, again, I get it was a little bit different animation,
right?
But I just thought they did a really great job with the coloring too.
Yeah.
So
I liked all the character designs too, because a lot of, going back to the behind the scenes thing, some of them were actually like purposely drawn ugly because they were drawn in, I think they were saying like, how like a kid would draw, where they don't care how it looks like. If it somewhat resembles the character, they're happy.
Okay.
And that's where a lot of the designs for like some of the villains came from and stuff.
Huh. I will say the one thing that was weird to me was April O'Neil.
Yeah.
I still couldn't get, I got past it. And as a matter of fact, I didn't mind it at all. I don't know who the actress is that plays her, but I swear to God, I recognize that voice. Like she was in something I've watched recently.
Have you seen The Bear on Hulu?
That is her.
She's
the other chef.
Yep.
I knew it. Okay.
Yep. That's like
I'm
the main
like,
thing
I
she's
know this voice. I know this voice. And I'm like, I could not
Yes,
pinpoint it. As soon as you said that, I knew exactly what you're talking about.
And then with Superfly, he was actually like an original creation for the movie. And so he's based off of Baxter Stockman from the cartoon, but now he's like his son, quote unquote.
Right.
And that's kind of where that stemmed from.
Yeah.
He's just a mutant.
And that was Ice Cube, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He did a nice job, actually. He played that role really well because of the way they had the swagger and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
God, his theme song coming out of his car still gets me.
Oh, God.
I thought that was great.
I thought it was great when they interacted. The turtles interacted with him for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And they thought it was going to be someone totally different.
Right.
And then he walks up and they're like,
ooh. Just jumps on there, rips off the van. Oh, y'all just a bunch of tortoises. God, that squeaking's annoying.
Yeah, I can get there. And does Blue Beetle come out this week?
I believe it's the 16th or 18th, so next week.
Humbug.
We're getting close.
But still far away.
Yep.
Because I really, really want to see that movie.
Me too.
I'm really hoping, I feel like the first trailer really jumped it up and really got me captivated. And then, now I feel like it's just way too long after the fact, and I really want to see it, and I hope it doesn't,
fall flat. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Since it's a DC movie, I feel like it might bomb financially just because since it's a negative name right now.
I feel like they're trying to push away from that, though. I've read some articles where they're saying that they hope people will give it a chance and how it's the first Latino-led movie, and so I think they're trying to push different angles to get people to come out and see it. So, like I said, I think the biggest thing about it is it reminds me of a Spider-Man, Iron Man crossover type thing with that suit and him being a younger kid and the family's involved. So there's going to be humor. You can tell there's going to be plenty of humor. I mean, the dad, I can't remember who that is exactly.
George Lopez.
There you go. He's known for
George
humor.
Lopez.
So it's you're definitely going to have humor.
Batman's a fascist.
So yeah, this will definitely. I'm really excited for that. I'm actually really excited for Meg 2. A little nervous for the giant octopus and then what looks like to be a big snake. I'm let's not go to this mutation lane, but
yeah, I've heard not so good things about it. But
really?
Yeah, right now it's sitting. Granted, it's Rotten Tomatoes.
I don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes,
but it's at a good 0% right now.
Yeah, I don't listen to Rotten Tomatoes at all. Now,
IGN gave it a 3, I think, out of 10.
What sucks about it is I felt like the first one was good.
I
really did like the first one. And I think if they really wanted to knock it out of the park with the second one, they would have made it more scary.
Oh, yeah. More
into
horror.
I feel like here, and again, haven't seen anything other than the trailers, but I feel like they're going with this humor route and they're riding Jason Statham, right?
Stamos.
John Stamos. That would be great. It's the whole cast from the Full House.
Jesus, I'd pay to watch that actually.
Michelle gets eaten immediately.
But yeah, I with the second one, I feel like they're leaning more towards that Fast and Furious type vibe, where it makes so much shit unrealistic. Granted, it's a thing about an extinct shark, but the action looks super over the top, like Fast and Furious right now.
I know. I'm thinking that are Transformers too.
Yeah.
You know where Transformers 1 was pretty good, and then they just went humor and movie stars.
Mm-hmm.
And it's one movie star, and then they always have to have a really good looking woman.
Yep.
And like I said, can we just get a scary shark movie? And I watched Jaws again the other week, and Jaws 2. And it's can we just get something again that's scary, that scares the crap out of you? Meg, the first one was good. There were scary parts, there were funny parts, there was, it was action. But yeah, like what you said, now all of a sudden you're going to have Vin Diesel flying off a cliff in a black Camaro shooting the Meg.
That'd be a crossover at actually.
Groot.
It's all about family. God, and now they're making 2 more of those movies.
Oh, you got to stop. I don't even know how you can make any more. Who else are you going to bring into this world?
Right? They should have stopped it
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is going to be the next guy in this show.
Surprised he hasn't even been in there yet. Because they got...
It's like Fast and Furious 12. We now have 29 actors that are movie stars, wrestlers. Plus now we got 29 cars with 29 live action stunts of fire, flames, and hoops.
Because, they had John Cena in it already.
Yep, The Rock.
The Rock. Weirdly enough, Cardi B had a cameo in the 9th one.
Of course they did. They'll end it with Chuck Norris will kick the shit out of the car and kill Vin Diesel, and that's how it'll be done.
The car's going to run into him. It's just going to cave around him.
Vin Diesel does not go. Just dies. That'd be great.
Yeah, they should have stopped like 7 Fast and Furious movies ago. Or stopped at 7, I think. Like the last one with Paul Walker. Should have stopped there.
I don't know what you're going for anymore. At first, I thought it was like a performance car movie.
Like a drag race type car.
Yeah. Like yeah. And then all of a sudden it went from that to straight up Mission Impossible with fancy cars and movie star cameos.
Yep. The best scene to think about when it comes to unrealistic shit is The Rock in a cast. And he just flexes and the cast just breaks off his arm. And he just does this and he's healed. So
It's The Rock. Took some shit right out of Naruto. I don't know. Never seen it. Never ever seen it. What about you all? What are you reading or watching?
Or playing.
Playing. What are you playing? I'm still just sticking to what I do. I haven't played much lately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a new game. It was like on sale, $20, called Power Wash Simulator.
What the hell's wrong with you?
It's like therapy.
Washing cars.
It's like therapy. No, it's not cars. It's like you wash. Well, you can wash cars. I've washed a van, but you wash like people's backyards with this power washer, and you just have to clean the dirt off, and it gives you like a.
This is good. Okay,
it's therapeutic.
I want to go back. I would love to know the guys that made this video game. They're just gonna be like, there's gonna be this one dude out there, and he's just gonna love to power wash the shit out of stuff. Cue David.
Dude, it's fun. They actually just had a crossover with SpongeBob, so you can wash like Bikini Bottom.
Oh God, I can only imagine.
Tomb Raider had a
you probably power wash SpongeBob, and when you spray him, he's like,
but they just had one with SpongeBob. They've had one with Tomb Raider. They've had one with Final Fantasy.
Hey, Jordan says Roman Reigns was in Fast and the Furious.
Hobbs and Shaw. See, I haven't seen Hobbs and Shaw.
Okay. Wasn't The Rock in that too, though?
Yep, he was one of the main characters.
Yeah. And I think actually, so I saw that Roman Reigns was in a movie. I've never seen this movie, but they showed a clip last night on Raw where Roman Reigns speared some dude, and it looked like it was in a movie. So it had to have been that. Maybe. And Mitchell, what the hell are you doing just watching The Mandalorian now? God dang. Good thing we're not doing spoilers on Mandalorian.
Right. Yeah, with Hobbs and Shaw, too. I think Ryan Reynolds had a cameo in it, too.
Of course.
So, yeah, of course.
God, Ryan Reynolds. That's why he's got his own phone company.
Yeah, Mint Mobile. And his own football team.
Mint. Is it football or football?
Football.
It's football.
Yep.
Yes.
And then, yeah, because that's funny how we're talking about Meg, too. And then that's also the one with Jason Statham, Hobbs and Shaw.
Oh, yeah. It only makes sense that they all were in there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They all got to work together. That's how it is. Next thing you know, you're going to have the Bloodline. Bloodline's going to be in Fast and the Furious.
See, okay, it would make sense.
Fast and the Furious Bloodline.
It would make sense to have Rhea Ripley in that.
She's just saying,
dude. For Judgment Day, yeah.
She is badass.
She would make sense for that universe. Just saying. Or she could be like a Mission Impossible villain.
Well, that's good. You're almost done with it. We can talk about anything. We've already talked about them all, though.
Probably.
So, SummerSlam happened this last weekend. Did you watch any of it?
Clips.
Damn it,
Bits and pieces. I know what happened.
Get you going. So, I had to rewatch it because we had our block party, our Bragg Lane block party. And when I went back and watched it, I'm not even going to lie. I got the first match was Ricochet versus Jake Paul.
Logan Paul.
Both of them. It was all three of them at once. But
I did actually watch that one. I did watch that one.
Okay, first off, I couldn't believe they were going to start it off with that match.
I thought that would be like a mid-match type thing.
Yeah. Second off, I've always overlooked Ricochet. I really have to give mad props to that dude. He's 5'7", and he is probably one of the most athletic, not give a shit wrestlers in the WWE right now.
Yeah.
Like, that dude does some crazy ass moves off the top rope. And that match was insane to me. That
Acrobatics
was such a great
paradise.
Yes, such a great match. I mean, the moves, I don't even remember what the moves are called, but these moves they were doing outside of the ring, I've never seen it in my life.
God, seeing Ricochet like do flips off and then like springing backwards from the rope and then flying towards them.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But the fact that Chris Paul can do the same. I just had to throw another Paul in there quick.
Yo.
I mean, that dude's super athletic too. Logan
Yeah.
Paul is very athletic.
Hate him or not, you got to admit.
Actually, I hated him way worse, and now I hate him way less. Still not in love with the guy. Never will be.
Oh yeah.
But
I like his WWE performance. I don't care for him outside of it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think the reason the WWE performance works so well is because how he is outside of it.
Mm-hmm.
But he does do a great job. He puts everything into it. And you don't even have some wrestlers right now, I feel, that do that.
Mm-mm.
So his showmanship is really, really good.
Yeah.
Another good match was the women's. It was a little choreographed, it felt like, which Charlotte Flair isn't usually like.
Yep,
but because you're messing with Bianca Belair and Asuka, which I do like Asuka, but God, the more and more I watch her fight Belair, it looks so scripted and like, I don't know, like, hey, you coming already? And I felt bad because I felt like they brought Flair down a level in that match. She's a power wrestler. Like, you saw it when her and Rhea Ripley wrestled. That was a hell of a match. That was an amazing match. But that match was really good. Loved the outcome. When Bianca Belair won, I about freaked out. I'm like, not Belair again. No, please. And then I saw Io Sky come running out, and I was like, please. And then she won that belt.
Yep.
And I am like, thank the Lord above, because you can do so many great things with Io Sky. I think Io is like one of those that could be a bad or a baby face.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing is I don't know how they're going to script it, but she's not going to be a tag team champ again because she has that belt.
Right.
So hopefully she'll hold it for a little bit. I love Io Sky because she's a high flyer too. She puts it all in line. She doesn't look scripted. She looks really good when she wrestles. I'm trying to think who else wrestled. I know the end one.
Cody and Brock.
That was a pretty brutal. Anytime you got Brock in there, you know it's going to be probably brutal. But
everyone's freaking out about the handshake and
at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, that was cool. It is kind of cool though. It really is.
People are like, damn, you got to be real good to get respect from Brock Lesnar.
Right. And now the rumor is Brock Lesnar's going to take time off, but he's not retiring.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping this all leads to WrestleMania in Minnesota.
Ooh.
And he retires there.
That'd be nice.
There's a lot of speculation, dude. There's a lot of speculation on that one. There was also Gunther and Drew McIntyre.
Gunther still has the belt, right?
Yep. I didn't watch that whole match, but it was another slap fest, which is usually fun to watch anyways. I thought a couple matches got canceled too. Because wasn't Trish Stratus supposed to fight Becky Lynch? And then I think it got pushed back.
I think I heard something about that.
It got pushed back. And then there was Shayna versus Ronda Rousey. Shayna won.
Oh, thank God.
See, and I was surprised though.
I don't like Ronda Rousey.
She looks really scripted too.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they're gonna push Shayna though as a babyface after last night, after what I saw.
Yeah.
And then obviously the tribal combat, which we just say that.
I just want that storyline to be over.
I don't mind it. I'm interested to see where it goes. What I mind is literally the only time Roman Reigns I feel wins is when he has help.
Oh yeah.
That's getting old. How do you have a guy that's a champ for over 1,000 days,
but he needs help every time?
That needs help every match. Every match, you have to have help. And then how is it nowadays in the WWE? Every match allows the help.
Right.
Like I thought back in the day they would kick him out. Like Sola clearly got in that ring and effed up Jay. Usually they'd be like, "You're gone," and they'd kick him out, or or whatever it is. But it's like nowadays, "What's up, Kimberly?" Nowadays, it's like if you're with Roman, it's cool.
Yeah,
it's cool. Just beat him up.
It's fine.
Just beat him up.
God.
So that SummerSlam I thought was really good though. I really did enjoy this SummerSlam for what I got to watch. I don't even know what's next. Is it Survivor Series? That'll be fun.
Yeah, I believe so.
That'll be fun. But last night I had the opportunity to go to Raw And I am telling you, it's not just because I was there, but that was probably one of the best Raws I have ever seen lineup wise. It started insane. It started with Cody Rhodes coming out by himself. And then it ended up being where I think the Judgment Day came down. I can't, it all blurred. I'll be honest with you. Cody Rhodes was down there like 3 times, I feel. But I mean, it was a thing where Cody Rhodes ended up teaming with Seth Rollins at the end, taking on the Judgment Day, and it was supposed to be Sammy, but Sammy had a big old elbow. Like his elbow
his
is
elbow.
disgusting, dude.
I saw a picture that actually like John Cena had that same thing not too like 10 years ago or so.
Really?
Yeah, same big bump and everything.
I'll be honest with you. When he came down the first time, he had that bump. I saw it, and it was pretty gross. I was gonna say something to my neighbor that actually came with me, like, "Did you see that?" Because it was a big circle, dude. It was pretty nasty.
Yeah, it looked gross.
But then Shinsuke Nakamura wrestled earlier in the night, and he ended up helping them out later on. That match was awesome. The match was really cool. It was a fatal 4-way, and the fatal 4-way was to see who's going to take on Gunther for the belt.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Chad Gable, Ricochet. I can't think of the dude's name now. I want to say his name. It's like Tomas, but it's not. It's dang it, I can't think of it. Ciampa. Starts with a T though. His first name starts with a T. And then the fourth one was, I can't remember who was in there with them. But they did such a great match. And at one point, all 4 of them were on the top 2 turnbuckles. And they back suplexed. So like Gable was on the end of it and he back suplexed and everybody went with like a human ladder backwards. It was insane, some of the stuff they were doing. Chad Gable ended up winning in Minnesota. Super cool. So he gets to take on Gunther now. Nice. It was super cool. First row and like to my right was Chad Gable's son. And at first we just thought it was a little kid wearing a onesie. It was a wrestling onesie that said Gable Jr. So I'm like, oh my God, that's the coolest costume ever. Here it's his son. And he picked him up and walked around with him, gave him a kiss on TV and everything. That was cool. And then Otis's dad was 2 rows up from us again. So now I've sat by him like twice, which is cool. But that was a good match. There were so many people that were there last night. Becky Lynch was there. She came out for an interview, and then it was Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark that ended up wrestling. Shayna Baszler beat Zoe. Shayna looked rough. She had a huge black eye.
Yep.
Oh my God, dude. She looked rough from that match. Like she was still hurting. And then what was the other? There was another match that was dang it. I can't think of it now. There was another match that was good though. Oh, it was when the Miz came out. And
gotta love the Miz.
He was calling out LA Knight. LA Knight come out and the whole place just went nuts.
Just a whole bunch of yeah.
Oh God. Tons of yeahs. Yeah. That was really fun to hear though.
Oh yeah. LA Knight won his thing during SummerSlam too.
That's right. He was part of that. That was a cool one. And which was weird because Omos was like throwing everybody out of the ring. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. But then again, the final match was the Judgment Day versus Rollins versus Nakamura versus Rhodes. And before that match even started, Judgment Day came out, and I had my back turned because I was waiting because I'm like, okay, cool. It's probably going to be Cody Rhodes first, right? So I want to get a video. And all of a sudden, you just hear boom, and people are going nuts. And I look down. Rhea Ripley and all these guys were over here to my right. Well, as you can see on the screen, if I'm going to point this out right about there, I'm sitting almost where I'm at right now. And right about there, all of a sudden, Rhea Ripley's on the ground. And Rachel, whatever her name is, Rodriguez, Rachel, I don't know, the big, strong gal. She was out there hammering the shit out of Rhea Ripley. And I mean, it looked brutal, dude. They sold it so well. Jeez. And then they broke them up. Rhea Ripley went back at her and just jumped on her and was pounding on her. Like, it looked legit. And they sold the shit out of it. I'm not going to lie. And then all of a sudden, they had to separate them. Rhea Ripley went back on her. They had to separate them. And then Indy Hartwell and Gargano's wife came down. and they were trying to help separate, but then Rhea Ripley started whooping on them. So it got insane at one point. All three girls were trying to beat up Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley was like fighting all three of them. You saw her back. Her back had a strawberry about that big, and it was actually bleeding.
Jeez.
So at one point she got hit pretty damn good. And that started the match, and that was almost better than the match.
Oh my God.
It was so badass. It really was. But you can see all these matches that they're setting up now for the future. Like, I don't know if because Rollins doesn't trust Rhodes, if those two are going to go down the line, and maybe that's the belt Rhodes going to win. But Rollins finished the night chasing after Nakamura.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to try to run that line now. But you are going to have a big beast of a match between Ripley and Rachel. That's going to be a hell of a match. And it's going to be a power match, which is going to be a fun one to watch.
Oh, yeah.
So, and then you'll see LA Knight probably versus The Miz at some point because they didn't get to do anything. But, yeah, it was a fun one to watch. It was a really fun one to attend, actually, too. So, the fireworks catch you off guard, man. If you're, like, sleeping for any reason, like just hanging out, all of a sudden someone comes out. It's like one kid had to go get earplugs.
Jesus.
Right in front of us. Yeah. Yeah. So that was pretty good. My kid at one point screamed too, though. It scared the shit out of him. I'm pretty sure.
God, I wanna go to a live WWE.
It's fun, and so I've been to the one in Rochester, and then now up in the Twin Cities. Obviously, the live ones night and day. When you're doing Raw, they're not having as much fun. They're putting on a real show. In Rochester, it was like a holiday one, and it was a lot more fun for people. So like people were joking around and doing certain things.
Right.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was super happy to be there. Super glad that I was able to go. So
I'll have to go sometime.
Oh, I would recommend it. You got to experience it in person. Like I've already said, if WrestleMania comes next year, don't even care. I'll have tickets. I will make sure I have tickets. Absolutely 100%. Yep. And I almost wonder if Philadelphia is not selling out, or if they let 2-day passes go long enough. Because usually what they do is they try to sell 2-day passes right off the bat. So either both days. They now announce for Philadelphia they're selling just 1-day passes. Yeah. And they were really pushing it. Last night they were really pushing WrestleMania in Philadelphia. And every time they announced it, people were just booing the shit out of that place.
No love for Philly.
Yeah. No, why would you? They're dicks.
Yeah.
I love you, Philadelphia.
Bullshit.
I mean, that's all I got. That's all I've been watching. That's what I've been doing.
Besides Power Wash Simulator, it's just been
Power Wash Simulator.
It's just been Call of Duty.
That's like Farming Simulator. Does it have a year then? Is it going to be like consecutive?
No, it just gets constant updates.
That's it. So it's like Fortnite. It's not like It's not Power Wash Simulator 2023, and then it's going to go to 2024 with like 2024 with the Vin Diesel as their head guide. You got Vin Diesel power washing some bad dude's car, taking the paint off of it.
Jesus.
How the hell do you even find a game called Power Washing Simulator?
I saw it on YouTube.
I saw
it on YouTube.
I've
known about it for a little bit.
Shit. I'm not going to go. This is amazing.
I watched a video. It was because on YouTube I'll watch like Easter egg in video games.
God.
And it popped up in there.
Dude, I just realized you can make money off anyone. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to the table and I'm going to put some money down for someone to make me a game called Sidewalk Chalk Simulator. I guarantee your ass buys it.
I wouldn't buy it. I don't buy that many simulators. I have a game called Goat Simulator.
What in the hell?
It's so dumb. You need to look it up. You need to look it up. It's not what you would expect.
I'm not going to even waste my time looking this
You wouldn't even expect it.
This is absolutely the funniest shit.
I'll have to
we got to talk about this more. You know what I want you to do next time? I want you to bring in a monitor and your PS5, and I want you to play Power Wash Simulator while we're talking next week.
I was gonna say,
we're going to live stream you. We're going to dual camera this shit.
Do it.
We're going to have us talking while you're playing Power Wash Simulator. That's what we're going to do.
I'll take that TV right there and put it over here.
Done. This is happening. I want everybody to watch him play Power Wash Simulator.
Some of those levels take forever. It took me like an hour or something on one. 2 hours almost.
This is insane.
Yeah, Goat Simulator. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to like start a PlayStation party with you and share play so you can just see what that game's like.
I'm never.
So you can just watch me play it, and so you can understand why I love that game so much.
Goat Simulator?
It's Goat Simulator 3.
Oh my God.
They had the first one, and they skipped over 2 and just made the third one.
Oh God. It's like Sharknado, only worse. How is nobody commenting about Power Washer Simulator? We haven't even had a comment on this yet.
Dude, it's such a satisfying game.
And as soon as you brought up Goat Simulator, how have we not had a what the hell? And I mean, I want to type it even.
There's a lot of weird simulator games.
If anybody ever teases me for playing Fortnite again, I'm gonna redirect them to you for Goat Simulator.
There's a game that I keep seeing on PS Plus Premium called like just Bus Driving Simulator.
That sounds better than Goat Simulator. That sounds more. I would rather build a bus.
It's like you're just driving it
and Pimp My Ride. I'd do Pimp My Ride Bus Edition before I play Power Wash Simulator.
It's so therapeutic. Because sometimes, like, I'll get pissed off at Call of Duty. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go.
Power wash the shit out of something.
Yeah, dude. I'm just gonna get all this dirt off something, make it look nice and clean.
Fuck you, Call of Duty. I am gonna power wash the shit out of the Chevy. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Dude, I got to watch SpongeBob's house. What are you doing?
Oh my God. The pineapple?
Yep, the pineapple.
Oh,
I got to
God.
watch Squidward's, Patrick's you got to lift up and it's like his chair pops out, his sand TV pops out.
I don't know if people are just scared to comment on this or if we're actually losing a viewer or two over it. I mean, we don't have many to lose, but I'm just saying if we did, we could have.
Dude, it's such a good game.
Oh,
I love
just
it.
Hilarious.
I'll have to send you a video of me playing it. So
you should actually. You actually should.
Just so you can get why I'm so fascinated. I probably have like 10 hours on this game already.
Oh my God. For the love of God.
See, I won't touch Farming Simulator. I won't do that, but I'll do Goat Simulator.
How not? You can actually do crops and probably feed people, which is great for humanity. But yeah, you'd rather waste water.
Or I can wash stuff and get money for it.
Oh my God.
Or I could be a motherfucking goat.
What? That's what it is? You're a goat?
You're a goat, but there's like, you do so much dumb shit. You like get to customize your goat. Sometimes it's not even a goat. Like sometimes, like you go to your character select and you can like customize them, put costumes on them and stuff. There's a tall goat, which is a giraffe. Angry goat, which is a rhino. There's like a human. There's a farmer. So it's not just a Goat Simulator. There's like pop culture references in it. So like, I have almost a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle costume. I have like a Doomslayer sword. I have a bunch of shit in that game.
Jesus.
Me and Kayla like played the shit out of that game when I first got it.
I feel bad for Kayla now because
she loves
threw her in the mix.
Oh, I don't care.
If I was Kayla, I would not admit I played Goat Simulator.
Yeah, that first game came out like 2015, 2014.
You've been playing it ever since.
I had the first game.
You were really into this. I
have all the DLC for the first game. Because there's like Goat MMO, Goat RPG.
There's Goat MMA?
Dude.
Two goats each other up.
There was a part in the first game where there was literally just a ring. And it's like an animal fighting ring. And you were just trying to beat the shit out of these other goats. All you do is you run around
and poop in it.
No, you're headbutting all these goats. And you can lick stuff too. So you like pick them up with your tongue. And you can just lick people. You can literally drive in the third one.
I can't even take this. This is ridiculous.
God, I'm gonna have to educate you.
How much time do you have on your hands that you play a game called Goat Simulator?
I don't usually do shit on my days off. That's why. I sit there. I'll be like, oh, I got someone on. I'll play Call of Duty.
I gotta keep you busy somehow. I'm gonna make you go to a movie. You're going to Meg with me,
dude.
You're off tomorrow.
I am off tomorrow.
We're going to Meg.
Shit. Let's call it. Let's do it.
Kayla, if you're watching, your fiance is going to Meg tomorrow. I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. I'm busy at some point, but we're going to Meg. I'm looking up movie time since we're done with this. All right. I think everybody's Goat Simulated out for the evening. And we're getting towards...
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm never done.
Stay tuned. Once this video's done, David's coming right back to talk about Goat Simulator for an hour.
I'm making my own podcast. Fuck
oh, shit. Goat Simulator, the podcast.
Oh, God, I'm crying.
All right, folks. Appreciate you turning in and watching this stuff. Hopefully you all have a great night. We will definitely talk and hear from you all soon. I hope you take care.